So I'm bringing in our live music guest to start off our BNI Blast on Blab show.
Hey.
Hello.
This is Micah.
Okay.
Handle is criminalnikki.net, but she is not a criminal.
No.
No.
Okay. This is Subsiding Away by Simon. I don't know his last name. Anyway.
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon.
There you go. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know your next destination, the more you slip sliding away. Well, I know a man came from my hometown. He wore his passion for his woman like a thorny crown. He said to Lois, I live in Ffit. My life feels so overpowering that it will disappear. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know your next destination, the more you slip sliding away. I know a woman that became a wife. These are the very words she used to describe her life. She said a good day ain't got no rain. She said a bad day is when I lie in bed and I think of the things that might have been. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the next destination, the more you slip sliding away. You know the next destination, the more you slip sliding away.
Awesome. Good job.
Very good. Thanks for that musical intro, Miss Micah. Welcome to the BNI Blast on Blab. This is, you're listening, if you're listening on the replay, retweet and share this with your followers and fellow BNI and business networking colleagues. I always like to start off these shows with a little definition of what is BNI. BNI is an acronym that stands for Business Networking International. BNI is the largest business networking organization in the world with over 7,300 chapters, 190,000 plus members. 2015, BNI generated 7.7 million referrals, resulting in more than $9 billion worth of business for its members. BNI offers members the opportunity to share ideas, context, and most importantly, referrals. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Brian Lobig. I'm the co-host of this broadcast. I'm a member of the BNI Capital Business Alliance here in Central Maryland region, and have Philip introduce himself. Oop, can't hear you. Oop, can't hear you. He's having the same problem I was. While he's figuring out his technical difficulty, I'll tell you what Philip is and what he's about. So Philip is a try refresh Philip. Philip is a runs Philip Day Communications out of Charlottesville, Virginia. He's a member of a chapter the only chapter in Charlottesville, actually. He specializes in web design, similar to me. Also communications. He's skilled with voiceovers. He has a history of working in media, public, in radio, and those type of things. Let's see if he's coming back to speak.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for that introduction, Brian. I appreciate that. That was good. I'm good to go. Welcome, Tiffany.
Thank you very much. Should I introduce myself now, or?
I'd like to say a little something about you first, and then you
can. Okay.
So Tiffany Nesfield of Ffit, is that how you pronounce it?
Ffit. Yeah.
Dedicated to, well, this is what I got from your website. She's dedicated.
Okay.
Tell me if this is still accurate. is dedicated to developing human performance through the philosophy of training you as a whole. As a certified personal trainer, nutrition coach, and even a massage therapist, she takes the time to assess your body, determine your unique needs in order to achieve optimal performance. I love that. That's very succinct.
Yes.
Fill in any gaps from that intro and tell us a little something personal about yourself.
Well, to start personal, just a little background about myself. I am a old school track star back in the day, and that's how I kind of got started with fitness in itself. Fitness, which led into nutrition led into massage therapy, and I just realized as a trainer that one component doesn't achieve results. It's a whole, reaching the body as a whole, training it through nutrition, through massage, through training. What you put in your body makes a difference. And when I try to train my clients in one aspect, we weren't really seeing optimal results. So I decided to really take everything and be an all-in-one for my clients, so they don't have the excuse of not achieving those results. If they're hurting from a workout, I can help them feel better so that we continue to work out again. If they're feeling like they need the proper nutrition and that's in the results, I can help them, guide them in the right direction to achieve, whether it's weight loss, weight gain, or just maintenance on that healthy just lifestyle, which a lot of people are trying to achieve right now. That's the big kick, is that people really just want to have healthy, long lives. So that's what I want to provide for my clients.
Very good. That's a unique thing. One of the fact that you pair personal training with massage. What motivated you to do both ends of that spectrum?
Well, it's funny. Since high school, I was always interested in massage. Never thought I would actually go into it. And then I used to work at Equinox here in Bethesda, Maryland, and I would really try to get some of my clients to go get a massage. Didn't always take the recommendation. And but being a recipient of massage and knowing the benefits as being an athlete, I knew how important it was. But it wasn't until I started working with a professional tennis player, and I was traveling with her about 40 weeks a year, and she needed work done. And so I was like, well, I've had a lot of massages. I'll do some education on my own, and I'll add that to a component. And from there, I decided to actually start getting education while I was traveling. And once I was done, I said, it's time to be full-time, get licensed as a massage therapist, so I can service my clients better. And my tennis player, it was a lot of great results from that, being able to, if we have an issue, attack it right away. And that kind of introed me into becoming what I call an active release technique provider, which is a technique that's used by a lot of chiropractors, physical therapists, and a handful of massage therapists. And that's more of a therapeutic. So whether people are having injuries or chronic pain, which come from overuse injuries, I use that to relieve it, and so that they continue kind of be pain-free. So that's kind of how I got started.
Tiffany, there are a lot of, well, let me just back up.
Okay.
A long time ago, I weighed a lot more than I do now.
Okay.
And I had to really make some changes.
Mm-hmm.
It took a few years really to get to the point where I am now. And I'm really not where I want to be, even now, 15 years later.
Mm-hmm.
How would you encourage or talk to someone who says, look, I've abused my body for years and not exercised, not eaten. I don't even know where to start. What do you tell someone like that?
First, I tell them, don't worry. A lot of people are in your position, and it's a start, it's a journey. I'm excited that you want to make a change, and that's the first, most important thing, is that you realize where you are, and that you're ready for change. A lot of people may realize it, but they don't want to make that change in their lifestyle. But from there, I need to get background from like where you are. So you kind of told me what you've done, but then I'm like, okay, what are you eating every day? What's your lifestyle like? I do a comprehensive intake form where they will tell me what you do for work, what do you eat, 3-day diary. They give 2 days of the week, and on the weekend they can't change what they eat because everyone wants to kind of eat good to write it down. And then your activity level, and then you say, are you motivated? Do you need someone to be with you to start training? What kind of coaching? Because everyone's different. Some people are excited to work out. They just don't know what to do. Some people want to work out, and they have no idea what to do. They're like, they just want you to train me, and I don't think about it. And so it's for me to kind of sit down and really discuss with you what you want and how to help you get there in that process. A lot of people want that immediate fix. And one thing I tell people, it's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. It's not a quick fix. So anyone's like, oh, I want to lose weight 6 weeks and be ready to go. I'm like, that's not what I'm here for. I was like, and I always say a lot of people want to lose weight. And I kind of get away from that. But do you want to be healthy? And do you want to feel good about yourself? Which is really important. And so my thing is, you cannot lose weight and you can change your body frame and feel great. And some people kind of have unrealistic results and want to be the same weight they were 15, 20 years ago, and that may not be the weight for them now. And they may gain more muscle. I want you to be fit. You may be stronger now. I've had clients who had told me, I was stronger than I was when I was 25, and I feel good. And, and that's what I want to see from a client. So sometimes I help them see realistic goals, or just get to the goals that they want by just motivating them and showing them how to get them there. Because it's the route that they have issues with, the journey. How do I get to where I want to go?
When you first introduced yourself, you talked about being a runner in school. Was that in high school or in college or both?
Both. I was a track athlete. I ran from the age of 9, and I went to University of Illinois. I ran track, did 100 hurdles, did a little bit 400 hurdles as well. So athletics was a big part of my life and who I was and who I identified at first for a long time being. I actually still compete now. I've changed sports. I do Olympic weightlifting, and I compete competitively in that right now. I'm headed to nationals in about 6 weeks.
Fantastic. I've seen her squat video. She's scary.
Yeah, so it's exciting. It's an Olympic year. So,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's an Olympic year, so I'm kind of excited to see some amazing athletes and kind of be on the same stage as them.
Very good.
Now, Tiffany, when people think about exercising, working out, losing weight, toning up, they think it, like you said, it's a journey. But sometimes they want the quick fixes. What would you say are the 3 trendy things in athletics that you're seeing that are, well, downright dangerous, or things that most people shouldn't be doing? Do you have a thought on that?
Yeah, there's a few things. More so people wanting to do, actually not just against juice cleanses, but people doing them and kind of sticking to that, just wanting to juice to lose the weight, not realizing that when you juice, you're going to lose the weight. It's going to come right back, and it may come back more. And if you're just juicing, you might not be getting enough energy for the day. You need a certain amount of energy for just brain function and to move around. So you're going to be kind of walking around extremely tired. And if you're adding exercise onto that, you're really not getting enough energy. So, I do encourage juices, but in the right way, where you may be using it for 1 or 2 meal replacements, or add it in to get the necessary nutrition that you need. I look more for a balanced diet and just watching to get the negative balance in daily calories. Some people also fast, or they do that. Like I've heard of the lemon and cayenne pepper drink, like another kind of juice, but they just do that water and that just kind of drop weight, thinking, oh, that's going to cleanse my body and I'm going to be ready to go. But it's not. And a lot of times they end up gaining more weight and end up going the opposite direction that they want. Those are the main ones. There's a lot of like other diets that are good, but it depends on the person. Or some people tend, I'm a big component on balanced diet. So whether you decide to be vegan or vegetarian, I think the dangerous thing is if you go that route of watching your macronutrients. I've met vegetarians who eat no vegetables, and that's very dangerous. Or if you're going to be a vegetarian, which I recommend, but knowing how much protein and what protein source you should be getting and make sure you're getting enough. Or if you're vegan, especially when it goes to kids. I work with some, youth athletes. It's really important that they watch the macronutrients when they start to be more restrictive on their diets. So when they do that, when you get less protein, which you need to build muscle and to function every day, or not enough carbs that gives you energy, then you can get lower brain function. And so it's really important that you get enough calories in.
Very good. For those of you who are just tuning in, we're talking with Tiffany Nesfield of Enya
Ffit.
Ffit, right?
Yes, Ffit.
Ffit, which I discovered that is Tiffany backwards, like just recently.
It is. People take a while. And my grandmother's name was Ina. My grandmother's name was Ina, but it was both the E. So it worked.
Eventually I was going to get that, but now I got it. All right. Very good.
It takes a while. I don't know why.
I'm like, well, what the hell's backwards?
Oh, man. Yeah. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that.
So here's switching gears to like business networking related question. Yeah. How long have you been involved with BNI, and how did you first hear about it?
Well, it's been since November, and I actually had a fellow personal trainer invite me to BNI, and I got to the group. I'm in Metro Bethesda, BNI, around Bethesda, and I enjoyed the group right away. Like the first meeting, I was like, all right, I'll be back.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Very good.
Adina, is it Adina just joined? Adina D'Souza just apparently knows you, says, yes, she's so proud of Tiffany. She's amazing. That kind
okay, awesome. Thank you.
Tiffany, when it comes to BNI, it's a lot of time every week. Well, I mean, a lot of time as in the commute for you and you know, an hour and a half or so in the meeting. When you go into your meeting every week, what do you hope to get out of it? Do you have a specific agenda when you walk into your BNI meeting?
Really, to me, it's getting to know my other members. I know it's a networking group. We want to get referrals, which is very important. But I believe it's in my business. I'm on referrals alone, like most of the time, because I do a lot of in-home training. So I don't market as much, and I need that personal connection. But for my business, people are not going to really refer me unless they really know me. And so it's building close relationships so that when someone asks them, hey, you know, I need a personal trainer, or they start talking about their diet, or they're holding their shoulder like, man, I really need to get a massage, that the first person they think about is like, hey, I know a really good massage therapist, or I really know a good trainer. So it's really making those connections, knowing my other members, so that when I'm with clients and, you know, I have a really personal connection with my clients. When they say something, or they're moving, or they need a realtor, or they need someone to do their website, like I'm able to pass that information along. So I know it's an hour and a half each week. And at one point I was like, oh, wow, I really committed to this. But I go each week and I enjoy my group members, and I see results. Like I really enjoy the members that I'm with. And I think we do a great job of referring people to each other.
Okay.
You've only been involved since November, December, January, February, about 5 months. Have you gotten, so in BNI, we talk about internal referrals and external referrals. But internal referral is somebody in the group who's referring themselves to you. Like they're saying, you know, can you help me with my fitness goals within the group? And then the external referral is somebody referring somebody else. Have you gotten internal and external referrals yet?
Yes. It's funny because first you see my lifting weights and squats, and they see me as a massage therapist. And so everyone's kind of scared, like, oh, what is she going to do to me? But I've had a few ask for a massage, and I actually have one who are waiting to start personal training. He's waiting to get his assistant, and once that gets going, we're going to start training. So I've definitely got connections within the group, and also referrals outside with many of their clients. I have another trainer. So it's really good because you have little groups within the group that work really well with connecting. And because I offer massage therapy, there's a personal trainer who connects with a lot of his clients who need massage.
Well, when it comes to, when you look at BNI overall, and, you think about the referrals and referring and all that kind of thing, what do you find is the best way to give referrals on a regular basis? I ask all the guests this because I'm always looking for ideas. I want to do it better. How can we do it better? How can we make better referral?
Well, and I'm going to this because I'm new to BNI, so I feel like some people do it a lot better than others. And actually talking with, doing one-on-ones, I feel like really helps because you get a little deeper conversation, and then you're on their mind. So I feel like it's being attentive to when you're talking to people, or to me, I'm with my clients. So when they're talking about something or they mention, hey, I'm moving, I automatically think, because I go to BNI and I have a good connection. Oh, I'm going to bring up Don. He's a realtor. Like, do you have someone that you trust? And, or we're going to refinance, we want to move. You're always talking to someone about personal things. And when you have a wider network, you always know someone who can help you. And that's what people want to do anyways. Like before I was in BNI, like just talk about like Apple, the iPad. I love my iPad. Anything you love to do, you talk about it. I think Apple could have paid me because I got a lot of people to buy the iPad because I was in love with it. So if we get to connect with people and we love people we talk with, we're going to like promote them and say, oh man, I really know someone. You got to talk to them. They're awesome. They did this. So also, I really tell my BNI members, like, you need to get a massage from me. And because if you don't know what it is, then you're not going to refer. And I have clients who like, oh, they love me. You have to get a massage, or they'll even gift it out because they enjoy it. And so unless you understand what I do and have a personal experience, then you'll be more excited. So really, like, I even have services that I use for my BNI members because then I know personally, and people want to know, hey, have you done it, or have you received a service from them? Then they're more willing because they trust that you like what they're doing personally and they're willing to do it.
How long have you been in your business? How long have you had your business?
It has been since 2012, 4 years. I've added massage though in 2015, so a little over a year added massage. And I've been doing training for over 8 years.
Very good. What do you feel has been the thing that has contributed most to growth or success?
Growth in my business?
Because usually, with new businesses, people tend to, after the first couple of years, that's when businesses start to fail, and then people get back to a regular,
yeah. Well, no, true. You know what? And in the business that I'm in, there's not too many people who do it for themselves. Or a lot of trainers, they may do some on the side and then still work for a gym. And so it's a really scary step for a personal trainer to step on their own and do it on their own. But I feel like what's helped me be successful is that I really care about my clients. And they know when they're working with me that I care. It's not about just the business, but I'm really interested in making a difference in their lives. I get excited about when they see change and they have goals. It's my goal as well to help them get there. So my clients are excited about staying with me, and I think it helps me to retain clients and then to grow because they're willing to say, hey, I know someone else, who needs your help. And so I can say, and I've been blessed that I've always been getting better. I've always been growing. I haven't been at a point where I'm like, oh no, is this going to work? But I've been comfortable stepping out on my own and continue to grow my business.
Tiffany, what would you say is the one habit that you do every day that has helped you be successful? And let's just say when you start out at work, what is that one habit that you do that works? It's really helped you be a success.
I don't know if it's necessarily a habit, but it's more of a feeling of wanting more. And so wanting to grow. I think in the end, the reason why I've grown a lot is because I know that I haven't arrived. And so when I look for that day, it's like, what can I be doing to get better? And excited about growth. So whether it's, finding education or continue what I want to do, I don't feel like I know all and be all, but I'm excited to learn from people. And so each day, whether it's even from my client or from someone I meet, it helps refresh the day. It helps every day be new and exciting. And it gets me excited about my business because there's something new to be done. There's always more to be done. So it's like I'm excited about every day, which in the end, that's what you need to continue to be successful, the desire, the dedication to grow your business, to love what you do.
Very true. So for those of you, again, who are just joining us, I see we're getting a few more web visitors dropping in on us. We're speaking with Tiffany Nesfield of Ffit. Got that right this time, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And we're talking about the business of fitness. And so if you have a question and you're logged in through Twitter, you can type a /Q and then a space and then type your question. So we have one question from Stephanie.
Yeah.
I'm on the screen here. Her question is, and I'd like to also acknowledge Adina's statement. She had just said that she's gotten massages from you. And
Yes.
it changed your life when your health depended greatly. Her health depended greatly on you, and she's a serious game changer. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dina.
This is kind of the benefit of doing these live broadcasts that are kind of socially friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the audience can participate in feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is for those who want to drop 5 pounds in a week, what do you think about that concept health wise?
In a week or a few weeks? I think she said a few weeks. Okay, in a few weeks. It depends. You know, I'm not going to say I'm totally against it. If there's something you want to do, you get to fit in that dress, and you're like, all right, I need to lose that weight or whatever it is. You know, to do it healthy, 1 to 2 pounds a week is safe. 1 pound a week is really good. Like, people are like, oh my goodness, it's slow. But 1 pound a week is actually 1 pound every 2 weeks, and correct that, is a good goal. So when people lose more than that, if you think over a long period of time, if I can lose 1 pound every 2 for 6 months, I can lose a lot of pounds in total. So it's about slow. But if you have to do it fast, you just know that it's going to be harder. A lot of people forget. They're like, okay, I want to lose weight. And I'm like, all right, well, here's what you have to do. You may have to drop your carbs really low, eat a lot of vegetables and protein so that you can lean up. You may have to lose some water weight, because you can lose 5 pounds in a few weeks by really just dropping water weight, doing some extra cardio, and then not having a lot of starchy carbs. But no, it's something that I'm going to keep up. If I'm going to do it for this one date that I have that's set out, whether it is to an event, then fine. But if I'm going to keep this up for a long period of time, it's not realistic. And so it's, what's the end goal after losing 5 pounds in 1 week? Do I want to lose 5 pounds in a few weeks and then keep it off? Or am I losing it 5 pounds for this event, and then I'll start doing a balanced diet to maintain it?
Any other questions from the audience for Tiffany before we wind up our show for tonight? If you've got any more, let us know.
I would like to say,
go ahead, Tiffany.
I would do like to say something. Just I really want to put out there, I'm excited. I do in-home personal training and massage therapy. Okay. But starting next week, I moved into Chevy Chase, and I will be taking clients out of my home. So people who don't have the space or don't want me to come out to them, they can come straight to me. I have a nice space, nice and roomy, and I'll be taking clients. So
I'm going to try something new and see if I can put a live video feed from one of your YouTubes into that extra seat we have on the screen.
Okay, awesome.
Feature on Blab. Let's see if this works.
There's also a question.
Yeah, Karen has a question for you. Okay. When you have a full schedule, and then you want to have your workout schedule, what is the most important thing to fit in? Cardio or strength training or something else?
What's important to fit in with the busy schedule?
Yes.
Is the question?
You know, you got a tight schedule. Which of those would you recommend are most important?
You know, it's really hard. Literally, the reason my personal training is that it's personal. So without me knowing who you are and what your goals are in the end, like if it's someone who I need to lose weight, then I'm going to say, go ahead and do some cardio. If you're like, I just want to maintain and you need to get stronger, I'm going to say, go to the gym and lift some weights. Maybe you're in between, you're like, all right, I want to be strong, but I also want to get some cardio. Go do a class if you're able to do a class. Because a lot of times I have clients, and I'm like, you're not ready for group fitness class. You need to learn more techniques so that you don't get injured when you go to those classes. So I really believe in individualized training and goals and how to reach the goals that you want. You have to know where you are so that you can know how to reach it. There's
Okay.
another.
You
Okay.
guys able to see that video go through?
Yes, it was awesome.
Yes.
That was me competing at American Open. It was a national event.
Oh,
There's a question. Can I answer that?
Yeah, the James
Sure.
Bernardo
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, I said I have no problem eating right, but I want to eat a lot because I live at the gym and hungry all the time. Is it so? To follow up? What working out got?
Working out makes me so hungry. Right.
So that's good. So there's nothing wrong with eating for your level. Like I eat 6 times a day or more. Like, and I have smaller meals, but I even sometimes if I don't get to eat, I eat right before I work out or maybe in the middle of it because I'm hungry and my metabolism is revved up and I'm burning a lot of calories. So if you're working out, that means you're burning more calories. So for you to maintain that weight or even gain weight to keep that muscle mass, you need to eat more. So you're listening to your body. Unless you're gaining weight that you don't want, then you have to cut back. But a good rule of thumb, if you're hungry, eat. Unless you're not drinking a lot of water. Make sure you're having enough water because a lot of times people eat when they feel hungry. A lot of times they're really thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So I'm actually getting texts from some of my friends who are listening to this broadcast, but are not logged in with Twitter. So
Okay.
this is Rose Munga from Philadelphia. She's a friend of mine, and she's texting me. I put the question here: what is the best way to lose belly fat?
Lose belly fat? Watch what you eat. I think that's a big indicator even when clients come in and I'm like, what did you eat last night? Really, and sometimes whether it's you get bloated, I think a lot of people need to find out what they're sensitive to. Like I really do well with soy. So if I have soy sauce or some soy in it, I have a nice little belly. And you can have a belly if you're small and you bloat up. But to lose belly fat, it's really watching your diet. So you can work out and lift a lot of weights, but if you're eating wrong, you're going to store fat in your belly, or if you're really stressed out because you get cortisone and that goes straight to the belly. And belly fat's the worst fat to have health-wise. So watching your stress levels and watching what you eat is really important.
Good. We're just about to wrap up the broadcast here. I'm
Awesome.
getting a message from my associate producer to make sure I speak closely to my microphone.
Okay.
So for our next,
she's watching out for us tonight.
Yep. Steph,
okay.
Speaking of my associate producer, I'd like to acknowledge Stephanie. If you want to come on and say hi, if you want to, Stephanie. She basically is kind of the brains behind this machine of the BNI Blast on Blab. She schedules interviews with all of our guests, make sure the lighting is right, that the mics work, that they've got headphones. And then she also does a lot of the show promotion in between events. She publicized this on Facebook and Twitter with some paid ads, and she kind of helps coordinate that entire process. So thank you, especially for Stephanie.
Can I thank you, Stephanie. There's a question on the side I really want to answer.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. So someone asks, how often to stay healthy daily wise should a person do cardio? And as a personal trainer, I'm like, I'm going to train. In general, to be healthy, I think it's more important to be active than to spend like 1 hour a day at the gym. If you are sitting down for 12, 14 hours a day and you do 1 hour at the gym, you're still not really doing much for yourself. And so doing cardio, whether, they say they recommend 30 minutes of walking a day, but walking is a part of life. So when someone says I worked out walking, and it may be for you and that's your stage. If you're starting there and you're not walking, you're very sedentary, that's great. But I'm looking for being more active. Walking should be part of your lifestyle. Cardio, whether it's running, whether it's elliptical, whether it's going hiking. What I really want to encourage people is being more active, going on hikes, deciding to not stay in and sit down, to when you are working at a desk to literally stand up, for, every hour you should be getting up just to be active, to do some stretches. You're not weird if you stretch at your work, and you're going to feel better for it. So even now, you shouldn't be sitting down for more than 1 hour. Like it really dehydrates your glutes and shuts off the glutes you're sitting down and makes your hip flexors, muscles in the front of those legs that get tight, and you wonder why your back hurts. A lot of reasons people have low back pain is because they sit too much. So getting up to sit and movement is what's going to make you healthy. Not necessarily just doing cardio, but moving more.
We've had more questions on this show than any other show we've had. So
awesome. I'm glad to hear
Easily,
that.
easily.
People are really trying to get as much knowledge as they can from you before we close this down.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I also like to acknowledge Ninja Boss DC. He kind of on the side there. He's one of my co-hosts, and it happens to be my son. Actually, he gets paid for helping out. He's especially helpful when we get what's called trolls. Occasionally, trolls will get into the broadcast and start spamming miscellaneous stuff. So he's a gamer, so he can quickly delete that.
Awesome.
So thank you, Ninja Boss DC. Our guest for next week is going to be kind of a reprise. We have Stephanie Lewis, who is kind of like a regional director for BNI Central Maryland. She's a business coach, especially she specializes in working with franchises, helping people start up franchises and evaluate that with the entrepreneur source. So she will be here next week. And like any other final question for Tiffany before we sign off? And Tiffany, what is the best way that people can contact you if you want to?
You can go ahead and give me a call. My number is 240-393-0387. Also, great by email. So, and that's Tiffany@trainyna.com.
And be sure to like her Facebook page, which I'm going to do right now.
Yes, thank
Go to
you.
her Facebook page.
Awesome.
Check out her Facebook page. Excellent.
We're gonna bring Micah back in to do a little outro closing music before we sign off.
Okay, awesome.
Ready to go, Micah?
We'll answer a question while you wait. I'm starting next week from in-home massages. Someone asked. So.
I shall unlock the seat.
Mm-hmm.
Unlock the seat so you can get in.
Locked me out.
Thank you, Tiffany, for joining us tonight. Really appreciate
You're welcome. I appreciate you guys having me. It's been a wonderful time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'll be doing Lord, I Need You, and I'm not sure who this song is by, but it's okay. Lord, I come, I confess, bowing here, I find my rest. Without you, I fall apart. You're the one that guides my heart. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Sins run deep, your grace is more. Where grace is found is where you are. Where you are, Lord, I am free. Holiness is Christ in me. Lord, I come, I confess, bowing here, I find my rest. Without you, I fall apart. You're the one that guides my heart. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. You're my one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you.
Awesome. Wonderful.
Thank you.